What's up YouTube, it's your boy Tits here, and today we're going to look at the Fang Primes. We're going to do a build breakdown here. Got a few minutes of some gameplay on some high level Corpus and Grenier. Well, higher level, for the regular game. And then I'm going to jump into the build breakdown. So you get these weapons in the Void. Remember, you need 2 of the blades and 2 of the handles to be able to build these weapons. They're still armor piercing, like they were before. Main difference with these weapons is the Prime version. They have an increase in 10 damage over the Fangs and a decrease in 3/10 or 0.3 in fire rate. The charge damage is also 180 instead of 120. And remember, you do 2 90s. 90 with each attack of the Fang blade, not a collective 180. These weapons attack multiple times in one hit, just like they used to before. They're still devastating on Grenier and Corpus, and for Infested, they do a lot less damage because their armor piercing base damage and the armor piercing bonus isn't that great against Infested, same as before. What else with these weapons? One other thing I did want to explain is we still want to go with the melee build. The charge, the charge damage is pretty nice, but considering it's 90 from each weapon instead of a full 180 damage counter, our charge mods wouldn't affect them nearly as well. Also, they only attack one target instead of multiple targets, and they're pretty much armor ignore for most factions. And with the build and with the new Rending Strike mod, they're pretty much armor ignore for most factions after you do the math with the melee build, and they attack really fast. So with all those things said, the melee build is still going to be the best thing to use with these weapons. They're just a lot of fun to use here, as you see, really fast. And when I use speed on Volt, they're just crazy fast. It's you got to try it out. Use speed on Volt and use the Fang Primes, or even the regular Fangs, because they're a little bit faster. It's a lot of fun just how fast they go. They also have a great mid-size knockdown area. I'm going to show you right here. They knock down almost all the time, unless it's like a boss or too big of an enemy. And when you knock down, you almost always will get the execute, and the execute is that. It's where you do a quick stab and you do a ton of damage, and you only need to hit them once, one shot them when they're down there. So we're gonna jump into the build here in a few seconds, and yeah, these weapons are sick. You guys definitely got to get them. Look at that, damn, that's good. Alright guys, we'll go ahead and show you the build here for the Fang Primes. Aren't they sweet looking? You can change the energy here, that line that goes across. You can change the color of that to whatever you want. So we have a Catalyst in, and they're level 30. This is a Corpus build. You want Northwind all the way up, and its respected polarity it comes default with. Rending Strike all the way up, which, by the way, the whole bug people were talking about, it was worded as this 0.2, energy, you have to use energy. It was kind of like melee channel, but the effects of it were what you're seeing now. So luckily, when they changed it, they kept it to what it was doing, and that's what they worded it to. This mod is awesome. Even if you're not doing a charge build, you want to put this on, because that 60% AP damage is great for only 9 points, mainly because armor piercing is so good across the boards. And with Fang Prime already doing armor piercing damage, you can pretty much be armor ignore. You can be over 100% after you do the math because of all this armor piercing damage. So it really works out nice for this weapon. Pressure Point all the way up, Fury all the way up, Smite Corpus all the way up, because this is our Corpus faction build. And remember, Bane mods up your overall damage, so all your elemental mods will go up as well. Shocking Touch all the way up, Sundering Strike all the way up. Now for Grenier, Electric and Fire are head-to-head in damage. They are the same, but the Shocking Touch mod is 30%, Molten Impact's 90%. So we're going to want to put the Fire one on for Grenier, And of course for Infested, also put the Fire mod on Molten Impact. Remember though, for Grenier, change Smite Corpus out with Smite Grenier, and for Infested, change out Smite Corpus with Smite Infested. Now the only other things I want to say is pretty much for the melee build here, I want to note that electric has gone up across the boards for most factions and different parts of the body. It's pretty close. It hasn't gone up a lot with Grenier. Corpus is about the same. It's really mainly the Infested actually. At first it went up, but it did like no damage still, like 5% or something. But now supposedly it's 100% on the weak spots of the Ancients, and for Infested, the Light Infested, it's like 80% and 100% against a few of the different factions. Now I haven't thoroughly checked that out or data mined that, but I've talked to people and they've seen it's gone up a lot. So general rule of thumb is, you know, it's not useless to use now, but you want to use your better mods first. And if you have points left over and everything else is used, now you would want to put the electrical on, because it's definitely worth it now. You know, it's just not, you know, worth it over your other mods that will be for that certain build basically. And of course, you know, you would use it for Corpus like you always did. It's gone up for Grenier a little bit for some of the enemy types, and for Infested, you know, it's a lot better for the Infested. But you would of course still want your fire on, you know, before, and your armor piercing before you did your electrical, unless it's actually the Light Infested, because armor piercing has a low bonus against Light Infested, and now the electrical actually is higher than the armor piercing for most of the enemy types. So I hope these builds helped you out, guys. Here, the melee build is just devastating for the Fang Prime. It's a really fun weapon and just a lot of damage. It's a really good weapon to use. You guys are really gonna like it when you get it. I will catch you guys later. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Have a good day.